What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Players Club edition. This week, we're going to be talking about David Gilmore, one of the tastiest, if not the tastiest, guitarists of all time. My name's Jason, here at the Players Club in Burbank, California. If you're new to us, if you are a member, please give me a shout out in the chat so I know who's out there and I can know who to give a hard time to and answer some questions however you like. But we're going to kick things off this week with a look at Another Brick in the Wall Part 2 off of The Wall. And it's a really, really excellent example of the array of style that David Gilmore came up with. It's got tasty solos, it's got really tasty rhythm parts, excellent chord voicings, just a whole plethora of things for you to take a look at. So let's get right into it. The main riff is in the D minor scale. We were talking about that last week. So you're going to hit the open D string to begin with. Then you're going to go to the second fret of the D string, and that is the note E. So you have D, then E, and then the third fret of the D string, which is the F note, minor third. So you have... Okay, so the timing of this is a little weird. You could follow the vocals when they come in. We don't need no. But, if you want to be a real gangster, you learn how to count it. Here's how we do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and. Right? So there's 2 eighth notes after that 1. So you have 1, 2, and. What's up, Ben? What's up, Doc? 1, 2, and. And then you're going to go back to your second fret of the D string, and that's E. So you have 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And then you repeat after that. Now, I like to give a little vibrato there on that F note and on that E. Okay, so there's your progression. Open, 2, 3, 2, open, 2, 3, 2, then the chord progression, and then again, ending on the F the second time. So go ahead and take a second and get that down. Open D string, second fret D string, third fret D string, and backwards. Okay, with a little vibrato there. And that's a cool vibrato. You're using your knuckle of your index finger to kind of leverage the wrist there so you can move around. Go ahead and try that. It's pretty tasty. Now, we're also going to learn an octave of that. So we're going to be up at the 7th fret of the G, to the 9th fret of the G, to the 10th fret of the G. Just so tasty, right? And same back half of the riff. You will need to know both to play this song, so go ahead and get both of those parts down. Okay, now I'll play the low part, you play the low part with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and. Now let's play the octave up at the 7th fret of G. 1, 2, 3, 4. Two, ready, again. Okay, feeling good with that? Take a second if you need it. The next thing we're going to take a look at is the filler in between. So it's a D minor chord. Let me zoom in so that you guys can see it. Looks like that. So you have the 5th fret of the A string, the 7th fret of the D, the 7th fret of the G, and then your middle finger on the 6th fret of the B string. So it's a D minor chord. This comes from the B minor shape, which comes from the A minor shape. So A minor, B minor, C minor, D minor. That's how we get it. So we're going to want to get that shape down. Now, you could also do other variations of this, and I'll show you that later. But for now, we want to go ahead and get that shape down. Let you look one more time there. 5, 7, 7, 8. Make sure you got it. Oh, hold on here. Sorry, guys. Okay. So really cool. All right. So we have to have a light touch on this, but yet give it a jab strum technique. That's the style here. What do I mean by that? Well, if you hold the pick too aggressively and you try and strum this, which is more of like a funky part, it's not going to be right. So if I really grip on my pick here and I go, that's too aggressive. So if I lighten up on my touch, like we talked about last week, and I use my wrist a little bit more to kind of attack it stronger, then it's going to start to sound like the part. 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 and 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Now there's more to it, but that'll at least get you to have some fun. See, watch my hand again. 1, a 2 and 3 E and a 4 E. And notice that I'm releasing the strings from the fretboard after those last 2 strums. Here, here, right? That gives it that staccato feel. Let me zoom in again so you can see me. You see my fingers lifting up there? That's how I get it to sound a little bit more jumpy. Okay. We got it? 1, a 2, and 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 and 3 E and a 4 E and a. Let's try it again. 2, 3, 4 and 1, a 2 and 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, a 2 and 3 E and a 4 E and a. So now that you have that chord underneath your fingers, you got the strumming pattern relatively there. 1, a 2 and 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, a 2 and 3 E and a 4 E and a. This would be a good time to start exploring that grip technique that I was talking about, right? So again, you don't want to over grip on that pick. You want to be medium to with the amount of pressure that you're holding the pick with, but you want to be aggressive with the strum so that we have like a little bit of wiggliness to our pick, but like a snappiness to our wrist, and that's how you play this part correctly. So if we try it again, we'd have. Jam along with me. 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, a 2 and 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, a 2 and 3 E and a 4 E and a. Now this is where it starts to get interesting. We have to combine that melody line with those chords. To open the song up with, I think you should use the open D string. Then make that jump into your D minor. So take a second and take your index finger and put it up here at the 2nd fret of the D string and just practice transitioning from up there to that D minor shape. Now remember, when we're going from an open grip to a closed grip, now I'm talking about our left hand here, we want to lead in with our elbow, right? So open grip means that your palm is out, it's facing away. Closed grip means that your palm facing up. Now that's just my methodology, my lingo. Who knows if that's really a technical thing, but seems to work for me. So open, close, again leading with our elbow, making sure that that transition is feeling really good. So now what we'll do is try playing through that part. To that D minor there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. Now notice we're not adding in that extra strum yet. We're getting there. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 2 measures now. Try it again. One more time. Okay, now go ahead and try that on your own for a minute or so here. I'm going to cue up the song, or the backing track that is, so that we can try and jam it together. So go ahead and review that on your own for the next 20 seconds. Okay, you ready? And again, feel free to shoot me a message in the chat if you have anything. I'll answer those questions. By the way, how do you like my vibey light back here? That's courtesy of Mangus, if he's out there. All right, guys, you ready? I'll count us in. We're going to start with the... Just go into the D minor, okay? If you know the rhythm pattern, and you want to throw that in now, feel free. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Strum it again. Back to the open D. Make sure your elbow's coming in for that transition. To G, but we'll get there shortly. Okay, so let's go through that one more time just to make sure that you can work it through. Now, if you want something a little bit more advanced now, then go ahead and put that rhythm pattern in again, which was 1, 2, and 3, and a 4, and a 1, a 2, and 3, and a 4, and a 1, a 2, and 3, and a 4, and a... If you're ready for that. So let me back it up one more time. Let's give it a go. Make sure your pick is in position. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to, for now, you can always just go to the 5th fret of the D at the end of this practice sequence because it's a G note and we're going to a G chord. Okay, so this time we're going to try throwing in that rhythm. If you can. Now, if you're not able to do that, my tone knob's been down the whole time. Why didn't somebody tell me? There it is. So if you can do that, then go ahead and do it. If you don't feel comfortable getting there yet, then just stick with that down strum on the D minor. You'll be cool. All right, let's have some fun. One, 2, 3, 4. Really cool, right? Let's do it again. One, two, three, four. Awesome. Okay, so now the next thing that happens is we go up to a G chord. So it's a different voicing of G, and I'll show you too. If you want to just play a G power chord, that's fine. Or if you want to play this G triad, if you know that one, that's fine. But really what's happening, he's playing this G triad. Let me zoom in and show you. Okay, so what you're looking at here is the ring finger on the 9th fret of the D. That's your B note. Then you're gonna have your index finger on the 7th fret of the G. That's your D note. And then your middle finger on the 8th fret of the B string, and that is your octave or your root. So you have the B, which is your 3rd, the D, which is your 5th, and then the G, which is your root. Okay, and that's your G major chord right there. So go ahead and get that down. Again, it's 9D, 7G, 8B. That stems from this C major voicing back from here, the cage system of your G chord. Now, if you want to, you really could bar that first finger right there like that on the 7th fret of G, B, and E and get that high E string. All right, sounds really nice. If you only just want to grab the triad, that's cool too. But when you hit that note, it's an extra B, or what we would call an extra 3rd. And going from the D minor chord here, that should be a pretty easy transition. Okay, so take a look at this. We're at the D minor verse, right, which was 5, 7, 7, 8. And then that bar right there, 5th fret E string. When we go to the G, all we do with our ring finger is we just slide it, right? Which means that these other fingers can slide too. You see my 2nd finger, my middle finger? That just slides right up. Hello. So we bail on the pinky finger and just slide this shape up. Now I will scoot this index finger down one. Watch how this happens. See that? Just like that. Okay, so if you got this, then fine. If you're new to D minor to G voicing like this, do me a favor. Take the next 30 seconds or so and just start going over your transition like that, because you will need it. Okay, so go right ahead and I'll be right back with you. You guys hanging in out there? Should sound like that. Alright, let's see if my main cam's working. It is not. Sorry. Okay, now we should be good. And I'm back. Told you with these M50s, they stop at 30 minutes, so I'm trying to keep it fresh for you guys. Okay, so going into G. Now that's a pretty big jump, so we don't do it. We go like this. Simple, right? So that's why we would play that octave shape. So you can start off with the open D like we do, and then the last time before the G, that's where you'd switch to your octave. Unless you want to play that octave part the whole time. There's 2 guitar parts that are happening, so you choose. Let me show you how it ties together. Now, as far as the rhythm goes, on that G, don't worry about it. Just hit the G. So play along until we get to that part, and then watch how I switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here it comes. Okay, so you see that's where the G comes in. So you would want to be, just turn your hand and you're already in that position. So assuming you can do that, we're going to go back from the beginning of the track, play that octave from the second time on, or whenever you want to jump in, we'll go to the G. And when we get to the G, we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool? Here we go. One, 2, 3, 4. The octaves. Try and go back to the low octave. Then the high octave into G. Turn your hand now. Again. Okay, so a little tricky there. I mean, it's nothing too crazy. Sorry, just adjusting this in-ear system. So nothing too crazy, but you know, it might give you a little bit of a challenge. So you just sift through that for 10 minutes and you got it. But if you can hang right now and we can continue moving forward, then we're gonna do that. So the rhythm is like that, really cool. And a 1-E and a 2 and 3 and 4. And a 1-E and a 2 and 3 and 4. And a 1-E and a 2 and 3 and 4. Again, staccato on the back half of that measure. And a 1-E and a 2 and 3 and 4. And a 1-E and a 2 and 3 and 4. And a 1-E and a 2 and 3 and 4. And a 1-E and a 2 and 3 and 4. So now let's practice. Okay, and we'll just loop that, you and me. We'll just loop that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 now. And a 1-E and a 2 and 3 and 4. And a 1-E and a 2 and 3 and 4. And a 1-E and a 2 and 3 and 4. Try it again. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, and a 1-E and a 2 and 3 and 4. And a 1-E and a 2 and 3 and 4. And a 1-E and a 2 and 3 and 4. And a 1-E and a 2 and 3 and 4. Cool. You can come back and review the video as many times as you need to get it later. But now let's try it from the beginning of the track all the way through that G. You ready? Let's go. Let me know how you guys are doing out there, by the way. I'm sitting here talking to walls. One, two, rave. high octave, low octave, high octave to G, and a 1E and a 2, and a 1E and a 2, and 4, and a 1E and a 2, and 4. Okay, cool, cool. Let's try it one more time, and then we'll get to the ending. So if you had trouble with that G, just strum it one time. 1, 2, ready, go! High octave into G. And a 1E and a 2 and 3 and 4. And a 1E and a 2 and 3 and 4. And a 1E and a 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, let's take a look at that awesome part, okay, because it totally is. So I'll zoom in. So you have a D double stop, basically, is what's happening here. It's the 10th fret of the B string and the 10th fret of the high E string. Then it's going to go to the 8th fret of the B and the 8th fret of the E. So you have one, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Get that little extra jab there at the end. Go ahead and try that. One more time. Now you're going to move your third finger down so you can hit that 8th fret. That's C5 basically. 2 staccato strums. And then we're going to bend our third finger so that we have room for our middle finger on G7. Okay, so you have 8th fret B, 7th fret E. Then you're just going to pull that down, and we're back into our D minor shape. So you have the 6th fret of the B and the 5th fret of the E. So you have okay, go ahead and get those notes underneath your fingers. Then sorry. Two, three. Okay, you got it? We'll try it one more time. Or whatever interpretation you got, whatever works for you. Okay, so when we're coming from our G, on the 4th measure, cool? So we're going to go from our G for 4 measures into that ending sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fail, sorry dudes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a 1E and a 2 and 3 and 4. And a 1E and a 2 and 3 and 4. And a 1E and a 2 and 3 and 4. And here we go. 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3. I got distracted because I heard an airplane, and I thought, wow, an airplane. Haven't heard one of those in a while. Sorry. All right, let's try it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, and 4, and... Okay, so now let's take it from the beginning of the track and let's see if we can get that in there. Just do the best that you can. Have fun in whatever way you can. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go! High octaves. Low octave. High octave to G. To G. Now. Now the new part. 3, 4. Cool, right? So once you get that underneath your fingers, it's there. You got it. Now the turnaround part is F power chord, which we all know. 1, 1, 3, 3. To a C power chord. 3, 5, 5. Back to that verse part. F, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4. And then the second time we just stop right on the 1. Okay, so from the ending it goes 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Back to the F. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Stop. And then it'll just cycle through the second half of the song. But we got it. We got it. And again, just do what you can. If some of these chords or the rhythm patterns aren't making sense to you, then just strum one time. Because the idea is not to cram it all in 40 minutes. It's to have fun in 40 minutes. And then you'll get the rest of this stuff later. So again, just do what you can. If I call out G chord, then just go to whatever version of G chord that you know. It's all good, man. All right, let's try it one more time. We'll go from the turnaround, that part right there. Okay? So here we go. 2, 3, 4. To the C chord, to the verse, D minor. F, 2, 3, C, 2, 3, F, or D and stop. So we're going to take it all the way up to there. Now there's going to be 2 measures of just a drum beat, and then we're going to come back in with the whole thing. So here we go. All right, we good? Let's have some fun. This is a really cool tune. 1, 2, 3, 4. High octave to G. To the ending. F, C, D. Now the D minor. Back to the F. C, D minor, 1 strum stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2 in intro now. High octaves. Low octaves. High octave to G. And then turn around. C, D minor, back to F, and C, D minor, and we're gonna stick on this D minor. So you want to jam on that, but if I do that, then we're not gonna have anything to do on Wednesday. So we're gonna jam on this track on Wednesday. So now let's try, how we doing on time? Holy smokes, we've been in here 40 minutes. All right, great. Well, let me see if I can pull the song up and not get flagged from YouTube. So stand by. Go ahead and just refresh your drink. Take a second here. I'm going to find the song. All right, I got it. Let's see if we don't get flagged. Oh yeah, here we go. High octave. Low octave. High octave to G. C, D minor, F again, C, D minor, and break and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, intro riff. High octaves. Low. High octaves to G. F, C, D minor, no. We'll get there later. Okay, great. So the video will post here in a second. You can go back and watch it as many times as you like. And there's a little bit of rhythmic variation here and there. But the idea is to have fun, right? And just see that it's just a couple of chords. That's it. There's nothing crazy to it. It's just knowing a little bit of rhythm and being able to hang with that rhythm and using a variety of technique, right? So you have that grip technique that I talked about, the ability to do a jab strum and kind of like a funky strum, have a little snap to your wrist, know how to do staccato style, and then be able to weave in and out of lead parts or lead melody lines, and on top of that, know how to play two different octaves of the melody lines. So we're gonna get into all that stuff in Technique Tuesday and also Theory Thursday, and then we got a pretty epic jam session on Wednesday, so definitely bring your lighter for a few reasons. And we'll see where we go, but it's going to be a really fun week. So you guys leave me any questions in the chat. I'll see them over the next couple days, and I'll definitely be able to answer them if you have any. If not, I'll see you tomorrow night, Technique Tuesday. It's all David Gilmore, Pink Floyd this week. We're going to have some fun. We'll see you guys later.